Hi everybody, this is Fe Sagewind over here. I am a chronically ill female who is just discharged from the hospital after about a week-long stay because on March 17th I had a port implanted in my chest so that my IV fluids could be given more easily. I get IV fluids for gastroparesis and POTS. I just can't stay hydrated. I'm doing my goddamn best. You'll see there's a big jug. But so I had this port placed on March 17th and it became infected on the 24th. I'll give more details. I still have a lot of brain fog and a pretty bad migraine. But what we are going to do is us, both of us. So I'm Fe Sagewind. Here is Mr. Sagewind.
Lord Sagewind.
Lord Sagewind. He is currently unpacking our delivery. We got a courier delivery at it is currently 1:25 a.m. I was discharged at like 3 p.m. This is the refrigerated box. Also came with all of this stuff that we're gonna have to unpack. Like we've got our instructions, and this looks like it's all of the flushes. Yeah, this is flushes. So, why do I have flushes? Well, when you have a staph infection in your heart, they make you take antibiotics for 2 weeks after, but the antibiotics that I am on are not available orally. So they put this thing in my arm. Here you go. Right? We got it taped up real nice, but it's a little long, so I can do it by myself. And every 8 hours for the next 2 weeks, including 2 in-office appointments for labs and to change bandages, I am going to need to sash myself. So let's find out what that means. This is my teaching mat. So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna set up the camera so that you can see me do it like this. That's what this thing is for. This is my handy dandy neck device. And so I can do this there. And then you guys can actually watch me do these because all you need to see is down here. You don't have to look at the icky medical part. But once I take the tape down, it does reach all the way to my hand. And so what I'm going to have to do is I am going to have to, so it's like a mat and you set everything on it. And so put your saline here, and then you put your med here, and then put your saline here, and then you put your heparin here because I do have to do heparin after. And then you put a little alcohol swab on each of these little green ones to scrub all of them, right? And yeah, so I have to, every 8 hours, sash, she says, when she can keep things in focus of the camera, which you're going to notice she has trouble with. So I'm just doing a quick little video here to introduce you to what we're doing. I am going to go get the medicine, prep the medicine, wash my hands, and set up the stuff. And then I'm going to do my first infusion. Hello again, my lovelies. Again, this is the same video. It's funny because it's tomorrow now. I don't think I'm going to be doing those on lives because every 8 hours to go live is a lot of times to go live. But what I am doing right now is I'm pulling my medicine out of the fridge. Another thing I learned is it takes a fucking hour to thaw. So I'm pulling my medicine out of the fridge right now. It's midnight. At 1 a.m. I'm going to do an infusion and I will record it for you guys so that you guys can see what a sash looks like. Also, I just want to let you know, I used to be on like TikTok and stuff, and I used to speed up my voice so my videos would get more views. And I won't be doing that because I'm unmasking. So if you don't like how slow I talk, sorry. But also it's late as fuck. I talk a lot faster in the mornings. This morning I woke up, I felt amazing after sleeping. I only slept like 5 hours because that's all I got before I had to put the medicine out of the fridge in order to get it on schedule, because since the delivery got here so late, I wanted to make sure I could take it at 8 and 4 and 12. So last night I only slept like 5 hours. so that I could hopefully get me on the 8-4-12. But today my middle dose wasn't until 6. So, wait, if my middle dose was at 6, fuck, I can't do this for another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, at 1. It's 12 now, and I pulled it out, and I'm going to do it at 1. And that's what brain fog's like. I didn't have brain fog this morning, and it was really nice, so I might try to post something for you guys tomorrow when I wake up. We're going to take a day to ourselves, me and Mr. Sagewind. Lord Sagewind. I love that man. So, you guys will see him. And I will tidy up this video with a little sash demonstration. Alright, lovelies, I'm about to do my sash here for the night, the last one for today. But I did want to show you first what I am doing on a schedule. So right here in my clocks, we have our AM Droid. This is the app AM Droid. I have premium, it was like $5. But this app will go off until you do the challenge to turn it off. All I have to do is type in the word, the medication name. So what it'll do is it goes off, and if you turn off your phone and then turn your phone back on, the alarm will still be going off. So it's a very annoying alarm. But I have one at 7 to defrost, at 8 to do my infusion. I take a medication at 12:30. We're going to defrost tomorrow at 3. We got medication and infusion at 4, and then we got a defrost at 11, and we got another infusion at 12, and those are some longer ones that I keep on here for other meds. But this app here, AM Droid, if you have things, alarms that you need to not be able to turn off, it's very customizable. So yeah, I just want to show you guys this little alarm. This is our schedule that we're going to be going off of. And all of these alarms are going to go off every day for 2 weeks. So without further ado, let's sash. Alright, babies, the first step is to wash our hands. Ignore how many dishes there are. I've been in the hospital for a week, okay? So we're gonna wash our hands here. I did do my nails since yesterday. Don't be thinking I'm out there going and getting manis like this shit. I'm just gonna wash my hands. And then after I wash my hands, I'm gonna scrub under my fingernails. More soap. 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 I'm doing it really, really good because I actually haven't like fully scrubbed my fingernails since I did them a few hours ago. So I want to make sure there's no like glue, no nothing in there. And I'm going to get a little more soap because I have this giant thing of soap. I actually have like 5 of these. There's definitely like 5 giant soaps in different scents that we got in a gift set. And we're not going to run out of soap, that's for sure. And I wash my watch. Wash my watch. Because I don't need that. And then we dry with paper towels. Not a towel, paper towels. And then we're going to head over here and we're going to do our shit. So, this is my little station that I have set up. I may have to move it. Because they're going to be doing out. No, it wasn't great to grab a table, but it's fine. Now, they said I don't have to wear gloves when I do this, so I haven't been wearing gloves. I've just been washing my hands really good. So here's our sash. The medicine I am on is cefazolin, and I have to do it over 3 to 5 minutes every 8 hours, and it has to be thawed for an hour before I use it. So the medicine goes there. Then we're going to need 2 flushes. One here and one here. And we're going to need a heparin over here. And then we need 4 alcohol swabs at least. Probably more because I'm pretty forgetful. And sometimes I open them or just do weird shit. We're going to put our alcohol prep pads on our pad. I realize that, you know, I don't necessarily need to do this, but seeing the alcohol prep pads in front of the things makes me not forget to clean it in between things. So here's our little thing over here. We're going to tilt over. And you can't even really see it from this view, but I have it wrapped up in a mesh. I have more midline paraphernalia coming tomorrow. I got some lace sleeves, which I think will be really good for in the house and like around the apartment complex. But today I walked the dog with this thing, and it was tied up pretty okay. But I walked the dog with this thing on, and there were new people moving in, and my car was right next to their moving truck. And I walked over and I was like, "Hey, do you need me to move my car?" Just trying to be quick and nice, you know. And then I remembered that there was like this big ugly medical device on my arm. And all right, so we're gonna uncap it. I do not think I have enough caps. And also, the pharmacy did not send caps. These caps came from the hospital, and I don't have enough. So, step 1 is alcohol prep pad. So I'll do that. But anyway, the moving truck story. So I went and asked them if they wanted me to move. And there's a trash can down there, by the way. I'm not just throwing garbage on the floor. I went and asked them if they wanted me to move my car, and they were like, "No, that's okay." And then I was walking the dog, and they were like, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" And that's how you get me every time. So they asked about Noodle, the ESA. And I was like, "Yeah, this is Noodle. She doesn't have a lot of teeth, and she takes care of us." And they wanted to pet her and meet her, and that was nice, but I was really embarrassed. So in addition to getting lace sleeves, I also got some gardening sleeves that you just like wear up your whole arm here. So now with our flush, we have to make sure all the air's out of it. I'm really bad at this part. Here. Every time I do it, I seem to get like a huge little spurt of air no matter how hard. Oh, every time. That was littler though. It's getting smaller every time. And then we're going to connect. All right. And then when they were in the hospital, they told me to use the push and pause method. Oh, we have to unclamp first. We've been unclamped. Oh no, I forgot to clamp today after I was done. That's not good. Well, you know what? We'll ask them about it when we see them next. So we're just going to flush here. It's probably not a huge deal. I mean, there's not blood in the line or anything, so I'm not worried about it. It wasn't even like seeping anything, so that's fine. So we're just going to push and pause and push and pause. And I find that I am much more stable at this when I rest both of my arms on the table. All right, there's one down. Let me throw that away. And then we're going to do our medicine. And oh, how am I going to do the medicine? Shit, I usually do that with the timer on my phone. Okay, that is going to be tough. How are we going to do that on the camera? Well, what we figured out is this syringe here has 20 notches on it. And if you push one notch every 10 seconds, that's 3 minutes and 20 seconds, according to the math we did. And I've been watching a timer. So I guess I'm just going to count to 10 for 3 minutes and 20 seconds so that I can show you guys this. It doesn't say to spit out medicine when you do it. So just on the saline, not on the medicine. So we're going to push one here. 1. And count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look, there's a timer on my video. 9, 10. Okay. Here we go. That way, at least I don't have to count out loud. You don't have to sit here and listen to me count the whole time. 10. And I just have to sit here for 3 minutes. And every 10 seconds, just move it up a notch. Now it can be 3 to 5 minutes. So we chose to do one every 10 seconds instead of a bigger interval, because I do get distracted pretty often. And so at the very least, if I look away from the timer for a while, or I start thinking something, like right now, I'm getting close to it, but I just remembered because I was talking about it. Start thinking about something or something, look in the other direction, because it's boring sitting here staring at a needle this whole time. Or not a needle, a syringe. There's no needles involved. So we're just going to push this 10 seconds at a time. And realistically, you'll see when we're done, this process isn't terribly awful. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. I could still be in the hospital. I would really not enjoy that. But it's definitely not the easiest thing to have to do every 8 hours. And you guys are on my chest right now, so when you're rising up and down, that's me breathing and laughing. I'm trying not to snortle so that you don't get bounced too much. I also have Super Steady on. I have a Samsung phone. I have Super Steady on, and I was really impressed with it, but it keeps giving me a little notification that there's not enough light for Super Steady. And I find that a little shocking, because this is the lights all the way on. Like, our lights don't get brighter than this. But we're almost there. We're almost there. And I'm going to see exactly how long this process takes start to finish when we're done. Every 10 seconds. Just move it up one every 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So I was thinking about doing these on lives, but setting up that many lives a day would be really exhausting, quite frankly. So I might record them. It's not very hard to record them. I just tack this thing on my neck and then go. I don't have to worry about like creating the video before I actually do this stuff. I can make the video after. You will see this edit. This is definitely an edited video. More light needed for Super Steady. All right, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and boom. Okay, we've got all our medicine now. Chuck the fat guy. There we go. We're gonna do it again. All right, and then we have to flush, and then we have to heparin flush. All right. So that was the A part of SASH. The first S is for saline. The second A for is administer, which is medicine. But they couldn't really make it smush, right? Like, they couldn't make it SMSH. I feel like making it smush would be a little inappropriate. I feel like it really would. I get this back in between my fingers so I don't let it touch anything. I have found that it's a lot easier to keep it in between my fingers. Okay, here we go. Okay, and scrub the needleless connector. We did that. Now we just got to get our drops out. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can do better this time. Drip, 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 drip. Oh, nope. Squirt. Drip, 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 squirt. It's on my fingers now. That's fine. It's just salt water. So if anyone is interested in what happened or would like to know, basically I had that port put in on March 17th, and by the time I got to the correct ER, push and pause. Push and pause. I'm just pushing slow because I'm like used to the medicine. Push and pause and push and pause and push and pause. By the time I got to the ER, the correct ER, my white blood count was 43. And, I do have some fun stories about how they take the port out too. Did you know that when they take if you have a port in your chest, when they take it out, they basically use the Tijuana kidney method? By which I mean, all they did, I was still in the hospital. It was like my second day there. I was still in the ICU. And All they did was give me a huge dose of fentanyl, so I fell asleep real hard, and then cut me open and ripped it out. Like, they just made an incision and pulled it right out. So that kind of made me laugh pretty hard when I got in there, and I was like, okay, well, this is what happens when I have anesthesia and blah, 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 gastroparesis. And they were like, nope, we're just going to make you go to sleep. I'm like, okay. And then when I looked at it and I was looking at my medical records and everything, it was like fentanyl. And I was like, oh, okay, it really was the whole Tijuana steal your kidneys method. And without a big squirt, no big squirt. It's coming, come on. You can do it. Oh, no, that was a little squirt. There we go. And then we're just going to connect our heparin. Alright. And heparin, pushing, pausing, pushing, pausing, pushing, pausing, pushing, pause, push, pause, and push. And that was one sash. So now I'm going to take one of these sterile, drip, sterile green caps. I'm going to rip the top off. I'm going to put this on here. Come on, green cap. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I am going to remember this time to clamp my fucking lines. Okay, that's one. And then there's actually another clamp here. The tiny clamp. You guys can't really see it. There's a itty bitty clamp. I can't really see it with you guys in the way. There we go. I'll show you later. Alright, I am clamped now. So thank you for joining me for my first sash. This is my YouTube channel. I'm Fe Sagewind. Noodle the ESA will make probably lots of appearances. Mr. or Lord Sagewind, as he prefers to be called, will also make appearances. And I don't know how many of these I'm going to post. They're a little short to do live. I mean, that was just 15 minutes. And I feel like setting up a live for 15 minutes all the time is just too much burden for me to also try and live my life. In fact, on Wednesday, I have 2 in-person appointments. And I don't know how I'm going to make that work. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And I hope you enjoyed this educational video on how to sash. It's not educational. I'm not an educationer. Do not trust this as education. You're sitting with me while I do it, okay? I want to be really clear about that. I am not a medical professional. I'm not going to give medical advice, and I'm not telling anybody this is how it's supposed to be done. I am just following the instructions on my goddamn map. All right, guys? Thanks so much.